Hey everybody, welcome to the Countryman Sessions, a podcast for artists inside and outside of ministry. Today, you're listening to episode 9, The Vinyl Countdown, with me, Adam, and Landon. Sing the song!
Choo, choo, choose, countryman. Choo, choo, choosing for your countryman. Got a question? Just ask him. As long as you don't sass him. Choo, choo, choose, countryman.
It was going so well.
I was like, this is going to be so good.
It was going so well. I'll just cut it in. Well, welcome everybody on today's episode. We're going to be talking about albums. We got a lot of different categories, a lot of different questions that I'm going to be bouncing off Adam. We're going to share some stories, albums that shaped us into the musicians that we are today, albums that may be helpful to you as a musician or an artist, and some that are just our guilty pleasures, our personal favorites.
Like the soundtrack to Dirty Dancing.
Yes. Very guilty pleasure.
Which I don't think I listened to an album more growing up.
Really?
I loved that record. I don't care what anybody says. Hungry Eyes is a jam.
Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
All right, sorry. I got excited.
That's okay. That's good. All right, let's start with our first category here. This is the album that made you want to be a musician. So tell me stuff like how old you were, where you were when you first heard it, stuff that hit you. What did you try to imitate? Like, what did you take away from that?
Man. Well, I think for me, it had to be Elvis. Like, when I was growing up, my parents listened to, there was a station in St. Louis called Oldies 103. So I didn't know music existed past the 1960s until I finally made some friends that told me that there was music. So every time we were in the car, it was Oldies 103. That's what we listened to. So for me, it was I really attached on to this Elvis thing. And the first record that I got, which was a tape, right, back then, because I'm old. It was a cassette tape, and it was called 50,000 or 50 million or something. I can't remember the name. It must have been 50 million. 50,000 doesn't sound like a lot. Elvis Fans Can't Be Wrong. That was the name of the album. It was the name of the album, and it was like a compilation of his gold records.
Yeah. So
I loved that cassette, and that cassette really. That album, which was really a compilation album of gold records.
Those are allowed on this episode, just for everyone at home.
Yeah, that's good. It was incredible. I can't, songs like I Got Stung were on there, Wear My Ring Around Your Neck, and I loved just everything about the sounds, and it transported me, and it made me want to play. I thought Elvis was a guitar player.
So
at that time. So did he. He hearing him play on the 68 comeback special was amazing, because it was the first time that I was like, oh, Elvis really does play guitar. He's just not a guitarist.
Yeah.
But I was listening to that, and I thought every time Scotty Moore or James Burton was playing, it was him, because I didn't have YouTube.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I was like, this guy is amazing. I also thought he wrote all the songs, so that shows you what I knew back then. But that was it for me. What was yours? What did you, when you were thinking about, or not thinking about becoming a musician, you were like, I think I could do this?
So it's funny, because I actually had that album as well, or my dad had it.
Ooh!
Which...
Don't say your dad. God, why... Okay, fine. I'm old. I get it.
The album that era's much older than you.
I know, but it just sounds bad when you're like, "Oh, my dad had that record."
Well, I was 7. I didn't have any albums. I like finding popular music and finding like good stuff was very difficult growing up for me because my mother would not have any music except CCM in the house.
Did you have a copy of Go West Young Man by Michael W. Smith?
I believe we had 7.
7 Go Wests.
No, it was a lot of Michael W. Smith, a lot of Casting Crowns, you know.
Oh, sorry.
Things like that, and those, you know, whole separate topic made me not want to be a musician.
Casting Crowns, the Nickelback of CCM.
Yes, it's like you take Nickelback and just a light dusting of Creed on there.
You're right. It's the voice. It's the guy's voice.
Yeah.
And I like Casting Crowns stuff. That voice kills me.
They have some really solid songwriting.
Yeah.
Someone should redo some of their songs.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
that's beside the point. So my dad had music that was not CCM. He had contraband that he kept in his car that on the rare occasions when I would get to ride with him, we would play. And so I got exposed to like that Elvis album, Boston was amazing. Like he had really great like taste in rock music, especially like late 70s and 80s rock. So I heard a lot of that stuff. The thing for me, I discovered that I could just get music from the library. And my mom was real big on us going to the library. So I would go to the library and they had a little CD player that you could just go listen to stuff before you would check it out. And I found a Bon Jovi album called This Feels Right.
Bon Jovi, everyone.
Or sorry, This Left Feels Right. And it's kind of a greatest hits compilation, but everything is done in an for everyone that can't see this right now, Adam is smelling his shoe.
I stepped in gasoline, I think. I'm smelling gasoline, and I'm like, what is that smell? And I think I filled up my tank. I think I stepped in gas. I stepped in gas. Like, it's terrible. Can you smell it?
Kinda.
Should I put the shoes outside?
I don't care. It's fine.
Okay, I'll leave them on. Maybe it'll make it interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe the fumes will make it real interesting. Sorry,
anyway,
continue.
No, it's fine. Bon Jovi, This Left Feels Right is the name of the album. It's got Wanted Dead or Alive, Living on a Prayer, Bad Medicine, It's My Life.
It had to be. So it was like a greatest hits.
It's sort of a greatest hits album, but they're all rearranged to be acoustic versions. Oh. And you would think that Wanted Dead or Alive or Living on a Prayer or any of those songs wouldn't work as well acoustic. But it's kind of like, you know, one of Adam's favorites is the Unplugged Kiss.
Yes.
MTV Unplugged Kiss concerts. It's a lot like that, where it's just you realize how good the song is on its own, and you realize how amazing of a singer John Bon Jovi really was when it's just him and an acoustic guitar. And
man, yeah, and the prophet Paul Stanley had that quote, you know, if it doesn't sound good on acoustic guitar, it's just a crappy song.
So that
he's right again.
Yeah, always is.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. So that album, I mean, that made me want to play guitar, and it made me want to be a musician in general, but that really made me want to play guitar. It took me another about 11 or 12 years to start playing guitar after that, just because my family forced me into piano lessons. But that album was definitely the beginning of all that for me. And
you weren't even living in New Jersey?
No, I was in the mountains in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was, which Wanted Dead or Alive acoustic version, when you're flying down a back road, there's few things better.
No, that's very true. You know, CCM around that era was so crazy. Like I distinctly remember listening to the song For You by Michael W. Smith.
Yeah.
And I think it was on the Go West Young Man record while I was in Florida. And I got the cassette like at a gas station or something. And I was like listening to it ad nauseum. It was like the only tape I had in my Walkman or something.
Only in Florida, by the way, could you get a Michael W. Smith tape at a gas station.
At a gas station. Yeah. And I just remember thinking like, I hate this. And then by like the fourth or fifth time through, I was like, I love this record. This is great. And I go back and listen to it now and I'm like, man, he is so good. Why is this production so bad? And everything's so dated, and it was so cheesy, and like Christian music in that era was just not very tangible. Like it didn't make a whole lot of sense. You could tell when the song started that it was about Jesus. Yeah. Like there was no differentiation about it. It was like that was just worse music. Yeah. Unfortunately.
It's like, there's an acoustic guitar direct into a console.
Yeah, and, or an electric guitar direct into the console. Like the album I'll Lead You Home, another Michael W. Smith record, which I saw that tour, and it was unbelievable, but it was so 80s. The problem was that it was the 90s, so we were still a decade behind. Anyway. Yeah,
awesome. All right, category number 2. This is the No Skip album.
Oh.
The album that just, it's essentially perfect, like as a listening experience in your mind. The album that if somebody were to come along and push the next button, you might fight them.
I think for me, I only have one album that's like that. I'm trying to make sure of what I'm about to say because I think that this is true. I didn't get these questions in advance, by the way.
It was on purpose.
Yeah. For me, I think that album would have to be 10 Summoner's Tales. Sting's 10 Summoner's Tales. Because every song I love on that record. Like, I don't just like every song. Like, every song I'm like, I love this song. And I don't know that I have another album like that.
Could you name all the tracks from memory if you had to?
I think so. Maybe not in order.
Yeah.
But I think so.
Okay.
I think I could.
So it really is a no skip.
Yeah, like track 2 is Love Stronger Than Justice, which seems like a skip track at first. But then you get into like the story and oh man, it's like one of the best songs on the album now for me.
Yeah.
Heavy Cloud No Rain is amazing. Something the Boy said I skipped a couple times, but then once I listened to it, I was like, oh.
Once you grew up a little.
Yeah, I was like, this is so good. And there's a track on there called The Epilogue, which Still Know Nothing About Me, and that seems like an add-on until you listen to it, and then you're like, my gosh, this song is amazing. And I think part of it was the production of the record. A lot of it is just the amazing songwriting and Sting's vocals, but then obviously Vinnie Colaiuta on drums is maybe in my mind. If somebody was like, I want to hear Vinnie play drums, like that's what I put on first.
Yeah, that
record.
When did you discover this record? I mean, when it came out, or?
What's crazy? I was in a red Ford Explorer, and I was driving from Oklahoma somewhere back to St. Louis, Missouri, and it was in the mid-90s at some point, and we were driving through Rolla, Missouri, and we stopped, and there was a CD store next to wherever the gas station was that we stopped. And I went in there, and it was like in a bin of CDs. Like, they weren't like old CDs. Like, I think the album was only a year or two old.
Yeah.
But they were just like thrown into this bin. It looked like a place where if you walked through and you were holding the ones you were going to buy and then changed your mind at the end at the cash register, you chuck them in this bin. And I saw it, and I bought it, and I put it on, and I listened to the entirety of that record 3 times through on my way back to St. Louis.
Man.
like over and over again.
Yeah.
The guy I was traveling with laid down in the back of the Explorer and fell asleep. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard. Like, it totally changed my trajectory, my whole belief of what great music sounded like.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing, you know, it was so, so good. So I think that would be, you know, without thinking about, I mean, it definitely is a no skip album. Certainly maybe my only one as I think about it.
Yeah. That's great. For me,
Which Bon Jovi record was it for you?
it's not a Bon Jovi record. For me, the ultimate no skip album is Boston #1.
Really?
Really.
That's amazing.
I think it's their best album. Their other albums for me are many skip albums.
Many skip.
But
A different category.
like that first album is just the perfect rock album in so many ways.
So I just looked up the track listing so I could be
Yeah.
reminded, and I mean, you're right.
All of their hits, with the exception of Cool the Engines, are on that album.
This record, I feel like you would need to take a break from in the middle of.
Yeah. I mean, probably.
It's a lot. Like, this is a lot of rock.
It's because it starts with More Than a Feeling, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Which is amazing to me, because you would think that on an album like that, you'd start with just, you know, kicking people's butts. Just whatever's our hardest song, we're gonna start at the top of this. And it's like, no, we're gonna have this little 12-string thing, and it fades in. Woke up this morning, the sun was like,
Yeah.
it starts so smooth and eases you into this just face melting experience. That's
As a point here, just for those who like numbers, on Spotify, it says that it has been played 1,088,530,845 times.
and he's just looking at my Spotify. How many times it's been?
This is just your profile? Dang.
No, that one, that was another one that I was introduced to when I was younger, and just, I mean, Tom Scholz,
Yeah.
his guitar work, his organ playing,
Yeah.
is
really
nuts.
they really brought organ out, man. Like that,
Yeah.
that Kansas did it a lot too, but Boston was like, nope, unashamedly, like this is a lead instrument in
Yeah.
everything we're gonna do. That's that whole track 3 is Foreplay.
Yeah.
In Long Time. I remember hearing Smokin' for the first time and being like,
Smokin' is nuts.
who is this? Like,
Smokin' to me is like what ZZ Top wants to be. Like,
well, ZZ Top and a higher vocal than Steve Perry could ever hope to
Yeah.
reach.
I don't know how Brad Delp does that, because I've been on gigs where we've been asked to cover Boston songs, and
It's pretty impossible.
I'll lower it, and it's still too high.
Yeah.
Like the line from Rock and Roll Band, sign a record company contract.
Oh, yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, it's sick.
it's so good.
Yep.
So
You're
yeah.
right. That is a phenomenal record. And I often overlook Boston. Like, I often forget about them for some reason. Alyssa and I were in Connecticut one year for vacation or something, visiting her family, and Boston was playing at this like theater in Connecticut, and we went. And Pat Benatar, I think, was opening, or Joan Jett. I think it was Joan Jett.
Nice.
And I was amazed at how into Joan Jett this audience was. Like, they were so into it. And I was like, wow, maybe they all came for Joan Jett. And then Boston came on, and it wasn't the original lineup, you know. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm remembering right, and I'm not looking this up, so this is probably false, okay? So don't quote me on this, but the lore that I have heard, which may or may not be true, is that some of these guys were MIT students in Boston, and the lead singer
Almost.
invented the idea behind the wireless microphone. Okay,
So-
so I'm remembering parts.
Tom Schultz, I know for a fact, was an MIT graduate. Some of the other guys probably were. He might have met them there. I don't know. But I know that Tom Schultz went to MIT. He invented so many things. He essentially invented modern multi-track recording. Like this,
That's crazy.
The studio that he built from scratch for Boston to record that album with, in many ways became, again, this is lore, as far as I understand this is correct, but in many ways became the blueprint for the recording studios that everybody would build.
We should rename this episode "Things We Believe About Those Who We Like."
Yes.
This is like the lore. Well, I assume it's lore. Again, could be true
Yeah.
about the floor monitor being like coming up with the idea for monitoring was the flautist from Jethro Tull, because he couldn't get the flute loud enough, like he couldn't hear it, so he just turned one of the mains around and put it on its back to shove up at his face. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, monitors." And I have never gone back to be like, "Were there monitors before Jethro Tull?" I have never done that.
I feel like there had to be, right?
You'd think so, but you watch like Beatles at Shea, like there's no
Yeah.
monitors.
I guess, yeah. You had all those bands like, the Grateful Dead would just make a wall of speakers behind them.
Right. So maybe-
essentially had monitors.
Maybe it's true. I don't know. Somebody email us.
Yeah,
The
let us
Countryman Sessions at gmail.com.
Put in the comments section all of the ways that we were correct, and then email us
yeah.
what we got wrong.
And make it into a drinking game.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
great idea.
But we're never wrong. So you're it's going to be a cheap drinking game.
College kids everywhere love this. All right.
Oh, man.
What's the next category?
So, next up, the most important album for the music industry, in your opinion.
Wow.
I feel like there is a very clear answer to this, but
So there's a clear answer in my mind of what I think
okay,
the most important album is, but it's a little multifaceted because it also was not an original idea specifically. So my answer would be Pet Sounds.
interesting.
Yeah, it would be the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds album. But I say that's multifaceted because Phil Spector was the originator of the Wall of Sound.
Yeah,
Right? So Brian Wilson just took that and went to town with it, like took that original concept and idea. But I feel like that record changed. It basically said there's no more rules. Like, there's no more rules. You want to do this, you do this. You want to do that, you do that. Like, whatever. Like, you are the creative artist within the space. And I feel like at the time he pushed the studio as an instrument to go further than anybody else had.
yeah, and there were other people that were doing that. I mean, the Beatles were definitely doing that, but if you look at their work before and after Pet Sounds,
Yeah,
changes a lot.
it does. Well, because Sgt. Pepper was in response to Pet Sounds, right? Like the rivalry between the Beach Boys and the Beatles, or Wilson and McCartney, which, by all accounts, and again to lore, they liked each other, right? Pushed each other to be better.
Yeah.
And then it was like America and Britain, like Billy Joel or Elton John, like it was that kind of unspoken fun rivalry
Yeah.
kind of deal. If I had to, this is going to be very controversial, what I'm about to say, and I hesitate, but I don't, because I know that, gun to my head, this is what I would say. If you had to choose between the Beatles and the Beach Boys, I'm Beach Boys. I'm Beach Boys.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I'm a huge I'm a huge McCartney fan. I'm a big Beatles fan. I'm a bigger McCartney fan, but I'm a bigger Beach Boys fan. Just in terms of I don't know. I just feel like I like to listen to music to feel good. I don't like to be challenged.
Now, do you like their earlier stuff that's just straight surf rock?
Love it.
Okay.
I love it. I think the surf rock genre gained so much notoriety because of the Beach Boys. Like I don't think we'd know the name Dick Dale or the Ventures or any of those other people if it weren't for the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
They made it mainstream.
That's fair.
And they weren't surfers. Well, Dennis was, but he was also in the Manson family, so you know, we all have our problems. Brian was in his bed for 3 years, so who knows?
Yeah,
I mean, they were a bunch of weirdos. I love it, though.
It's the 60s.
Yeah.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, it was great. So I think in terms of the category, what changed, what was it? What changed recording?
What's the most important to the music industry?
Important to the music industry. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to stick by that answer, although I kind of answered what is most important to the recording industry, maybe, would have been the clearer answer for me to say Pet Sounds.
But the music industry has to be recorded, so that makes sense. I have to disagree with you on the Beach Boys versus Beatles argument.
I think a lot would.
Because to me, the Beach Boys are masters. Well, Brian is a master of like 2 or 3 things. And like those couple things are second to none. And they're unique and they're amazing. And no one before or since has created sounds like that. That's awesome. However, I think the Beatles, especially Lennon and McCartney, actually, you know what? All of them. I think they're way better songwriters. To me, I'm very song driven in terms of like what I care about in the music. Like I care less about the, you know, how it was recorded or, which the Beatles had plenty of crazy recording techniques. But to me, it's the strength and the uniqueness of their ability to write songs.
I just think Lennon's overrated. I would even revise my thing that I said a minute ago. I would say that it goes Paul McCartney, the Beach Boys, the Beatles. Okay. McCartney, to me, as Paul McCartney, is unstoppable, right? He's a force.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was rating my favorite Beatles, it would go McCartney, then it would go Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
Then Lennon, and only above Ringo because I don't think Ringo's actually in the band. So I think there's like, I think Lennon's above Ringo, but just because Ringo was there for the photo shoots, like that's, you know.
No, I think that's fair. Now, there are some days, I have to say, there's some days where I'd put Harrison above McCartney.
That's stupid.
I know. It's not a who's better thing. It's a personal preference thing.
Right.
There's certain days where George Harrison's songs and playing just hit so hard for me that
I totally get that.
So
I totally get that. So what's your album?
My album that I think is most important.
Shaboozey.
No. Maybe least important. No, it has to be Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Man, that's a good one. Yeah.
Like, I'm pulling up the track list right now.
Touché.
Because not only is this, it's pretty much a no skip.
Right.
I mean, you could skip The Lady in My Life, maybe.
I always do.
And maybe you could skip Baby Be Mine. It's close.
Okay.
But Wanna Be Starting Something, The Girl Is Mine, Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean, Human Nature.
Human Nature.
Human Nature is such an amazing song.
What would music be without the Picaros?
That's a serious question right there.
Like the Picaro brothers.
Because didn't Jeff write that?
Steve. I think.
Steve wrote it. Okay.
Yeah, Steve wrote Human Nature.
Like, because I remember when I was in college, we did Human Nature in our commercial music band, and the example that we were given for how to learn it was not Michael Jackson's version.
Yeah,
It was a live recording.
of Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it sounded virtually the same because it's all the same musicians,
right. Yeah,
but with him singing it instead of Michael. And that's not to say he's a better singer than Michael. It was like you could tell this guy wrote this song. Anyway, all that aside, I think Thriller is probably the most important album in the music industry, just because it's like excellence personified. This is another lore thing, but it took like a year of like every single day recording and like work by Quincy Jones, right? That's
so I've heard. I've heard that as well. I also heard Human Nature's lead vocal was recorded in one take at 1 a.m. after Michael took a nap. Quincy, Greg Fillinganes, the guys from Toto. It's hard to believe that you would have to spend that long with
Eddie
those
Van
guys in the
Halen?
room.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Right, he was just in another studio, right? And then they went and grabbed him to come do the solo or something. Again,
maybe,
lore.
it
Man.
could be lore. I heard that Steve Lukather originally recorded on it, and then something along those lines happened where
I think he played all the other guitar parts.
oh yeah. But man, I would love to have heard Steve Lukather's take on that guitar solo, because
Lukather's one of the greatest, most prolific, most recorded guitar players of all time, and he's unbelievable.
they're coming.
Toto?
They're coming to Houston.
Yeah,
We
but
should go.
I don't think Fillinganes is playing keys with him this round.
Yeah, but I'd go just to see.
Who's playing
Lukather.
bass this tour? Lee?
I think it's Lee Sklar. Yeah,
That's worth seeing.
those two.
Or as I like to call him, Father Time. He looks like what I imagine Father Time would look like.
He looks like Father Time from the Santa Claus movies.
Yeah. And he has impeccable time. So it works
True.
on every level.
That's very true.
Thriller is obviously, to me and to you and to anybody who knows anything at all, super influential, changed the landscape.
Yeah.
It was also helped along by the era of MTV and the idea that now we had sagas. You didn't just have a record, you had a movie, and you had all these things.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely an argument to be made for something like Kind of Blue, Miles Davis.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody had that album. It made,
But it's jazz and nobody cares.
but that's why it was important, is because no one cared until that album came out. And then for a while, everyone cared about jazz. Like,
Yeah. It's kind of like nobody cared about Jaco till he died.
well, yeah.
It's like, such is the world of a jazz musician. You want to be famous in jazz? Die.
Yeah. Yep.
It's unfortunate.
Okay. Category number 4, the Guilty Pleasure album.
Guilty pleasure album.
This can't just be something you like that you're mildly embarrassed about. This has to be something that other people don't like.
Okay. Can we take a short break and come back and then talk about it?
I think that's a great idea, Adam. Thank
All
you
right.
for suggesting it.
So when we come back, the guilty pleasure albums of Adam and Landon.
Hey there, boys and girls, it's your main bench Lou again. Let me ask you, do you ever have an irritable stomach on stage? Have you ever looked at your bass player with tears in your eyes, trying to communicate that he cannot by any means play the brown note? I know I sure have. Talk about your backstage pass. I mean, give me a break. We just need a little relief up there. That's why you need to ask your medical professional about Sphygotral today. This medication, designed specifically for music-related flatulence management, is so effective you'll be able to actually enjoy the band meal again. Horde players rejoice. Sphygmotral features a proprietary anti-brown note formula, which makes it possible for non-worship leaders to wear white jeans again. So talk to your doctor about Sphygmotral today. Gig with confidence, not incontinence. Gig with Sphygmotral. Good yartif.
How much are bowling shoes to buy? Like, doesn't it seem like you should be able to buy a pair of these crappy plastic / hard bottom shoes? That, like, how much could they possibly cost? I bet China's putting them out by the millions, and we could probably get them on Amazon. But no, you know what we do? We go to the bowling alley, and you take your kids, and everybody's going. None of them want to go bowling, but you're like, well, it's been a while since I've been bowling. So here you go. And then they're like, oh, we charge you by the hour now, and we also have a subscription service. You could sign up for Bowling for Life. It's like, look, I go bowling once a decade. I'm not going to sign up for your stupid subscription service. And then you're like, all right, how much is it? Oh, it's $50 an hour. $50 an hour, and I got to throw this thing down the lane? And then you get the shoes, right? And you assume that with that money, the shoes would be included, but they're not. And you know how much they're charging for shoes now? $5 to rent someone else's shoes. It's basically a homeless person's shoe. They're like, they've been on everyone's feet, and they clean it with a spray, and then they charge you $5 to rent it. How many times do you have to rent bowling shoes before you can buy your own? That's my point here. They are making a killing off this. And then you go up there to pick out your ball, and it's just a bunch of, they're just randomly everywhere. They're not sorted, they're not stacked, they're not by weight or by size of finger hole. By the way, who can fit their fingers in those enormous holes of like a 16 pounds? It's like the Hulk doing this thing. And also, the bowling alley is the only place that's serving all finger food. Don't you find it disgusting that the only sport that you put your fingers inside the hole is also the place that you only can get finger food to eat? Something has to change. It is the 21st century. Enough with the fingers and the holes and the finger eating foods and all this. There was no sanitizer anywhere. You know why? You chose to come to the bowling alley where diseases go to spread. Congrats.
All right, everybody, we're back. Adam's about to tell us his guilty pleasure album. What do you got, Adam?
My guilty pleasure album, which, wait, I gotta just open this Diet Coke first here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is good. Really hit you in the fillings. Get you right in the cancer. My guilty pleasure album is Shania Twain's Come On Over. Now, I realize that this album is very popular, and so people might be like, well, that's not very guilty. What makes it more guilty is how much life I've done to this record. Like, I'll be in my car and driving through the Midwest, going, like when I used to drive back and forth between Nashville and Missouri or anywhere like that, and I would put on Man, I Feel Like a Woman and sing it as loud as I possibly could. And I have no shame about that. But this album was produced by Mutt Lange, so there was a bunch of things that hit me on this record. I love that the background vocals might as well be Def Leppard. Like, I love that. I love that the fiddles are basically electric guitar lines. But I love the background vocals. And I don't know who sang like the main male BGVs on this record, but holy crap, it's so good. Love Gets Me Every Time is amazing. Don't Be Stupid, I've probably ripped off that opening fiddle riff so many times that I should be sued 3 ways to Sunday. It had the ridiculous wedding song of the entire late 90s called From This Moment On, where Brian White sang the duet with Shania, and it was super cheesy, but I secretly love it. Like, I will complain outwardly about that song at weddings, but I'm inside, I'm like, oh, thank God, this is great. I hope they ask me to sing.
Hope they accidentally play it again.
Oh, that's so good. I just think it's an amazing record. Now, to be fair, I am a huge Shania Twain nerd. So my guilty pleasure may be Shania Twain. And it has nothing to do with like her hotness. It has everything to do with the fact that I just think the production of these records, the lyrics are so stupid most of the time for a dude to listen to. Like, that don't impress me much is just an inner monologue of a girl. But it's one of my favorite songs. I love it. I love it. And I think if I could have been good looking enough to fake play in her band to the tracks, that would have been a great gig for me.
Do you sing that song in your head when people are doing auditions for one of your bands?
I don't, because I don't want to associate it with anything bad.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, but if somebody came into audition for me and they were like, I'm going to sing Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under by Shania Twain, I'd be like, don't even bother. You've got the gig. You can take it right now. Let's go. I even thought that the next, like, Up and some of the other albums, I just thought they were all pretty good. But this album is a close, like, don't skip for me. Like, that's how into this record I was and I am still to this moment. Yeah, so I'm fine.
You should feel guilty about that. Also, to answer your earlier wondering, the background vocals, according to Google, were sung
by Mutt Lange?
Yeah.
I had heard that.
Here he's listed as Robert John Lang.
Naturally.
Yeah.
For legal purposes.
Yeah.
I had heard that, and which just makes me like Mutt Lange even more.
Yeah.
I love it. Now, as lore would have it, there was threats of not letting them like record in Nashville, like, because they weren't a Nashville act, like they weren't a country act,
Really?
Yeah, and there was like a whole thing of like, you're not Nashville, and I seem to recall there being some kind of documentary or behind the music or something where that was like a big thing.
Yeah.
I also heard lore that she didn't sing anything, like she didn't sing. It's not her.
Huh.
But I find that a little harder to believe.
Because who would it be?
Well, that's just it. Like, who's the ghostwriter of?
Well, and she would have to lip sync anytime she performed that music.
Somebody would find out. That seems like a big.
Yeah, like that's a major conspiracy.
Honestly, I don't even care. I don't care if it's her or somebody else. Like, I just like the songs. I just like the songs. That's my guilty pleasure. I have another one, but it's pretty guilty too. But go ahead and what's yours?
This is one that I don't think you're going to know. You might. It could be totally wrong. But there is a bluegrass band called the Dillards, featuring the famous banjoist.
Banjoist.
Throwback to episode 2,
Yeah.
Under the Covers with Nolan Burke.
Yeah.
Famous banjoist named Doug Dillard, who is sort of the front person-ish for this.
Not to be confused with Dullard.
Yes, Dillard.
Not to be confused with Dillard's.
Correct.
It's a department store.
Yeah. The name of this album is Back Porch Bluegrass, and it's guilty for me for two reasons. One, I think a lot of people feel about bluegrass the same way that they would feel about jazz, where it's just like, so many notes. It's exhausting. But I love bluegrass, so that's part of the guiltiness. The other part of the guiltiness is how I discovered this band, which is they were a frequent musical guest on the Andy Griffith Show.
Oh,
They're the Darling Family
yes,
from the Andy Griffith Show,
that's amazing.
and
I love the Andy Griffith Show.
I do too. That's a somewhat guilty pleasure for
How
me.
dare you?
But yeah, the Darling Family, the bluegrass band that recurs 3 or 4 times in the Andy Griffith Show, is a real life, other than the dad who fake plays Jug, they're a real life bluegrass band called the Dillards. And all of that music that is in the TV show, they really recorded, and they're really that good. But if you're riding in the car with a civilian and you throw on Back Porch Bluegrass by the Dillards, they're going to be like, what is that? Turn that.
I like bluegrass.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it, a lot,
Yeah.
just because it is a lot and it is every note. But I mean, it's so impressive.
Yeah.
Everything about it is impressive.
And they have some very tasteful.
You're telling me the dad didn't play the jug?
He's not part of the band. He was just an actor, as far as I know. It was the 4 boys, 3 or 4 boys. I can't
Whose
remember.
idea was it to put him on the show? Ron Howard's?
It would be now, but he was like 7 at the time.
Let's be honest. He was running that show.
He was directing it. From
He was like, move that chip over here.
Yeah. He runs back in the scene.
Somebody get Aunt B out of her trailer.
Runs back over. Sorry, Pa, I didn't mean to steal that thing or whatever. It's like,
The Andy Griffith Show's that. So why is that guilt? I don't know. Is that guilty? Like I would own that.
Maybe it's not guilty. I feel mildly embarrassed about it because I feel like that's the type of thing that it's, other than you, I don't have like friends that I could discuss the merits of the bluegrass band from the Andy Griffith Show with. They'd be like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about.
But it's not like Sarah McLachlan's Mirror Ball or something.
No. Is that
Which I also
your
love.
second one?
No, it's not. But I do love that record. No, my second one is for those who don't know me at all, you wouldn't know this, but for those who do, you probably know this about me. I am a huge Meatloaf fan. I love Meatloaf, not the food. I don't really care for Meatloaf the food.
Yeah.
But I love the singer and songwriter of Meatloaf. And I love his collab stuff with Jim Steinman and all of it. Like, I think the dramatic nature of it is so good. I loved it. He was the only reason I saw Rocky Horror Picture Show. He drives the bus in Spice World.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A little callback. But he came out with an album in 1995 called Welcome to the Neighborhood. And this album, I listened to ad nauseum, and it was so, at moments, graphic, sexually graphic, and at moments, just like, you were like, what is this? There's a song on here that's a minute long, but the name of the song is 45 Seconds of Ecstasy. And I kept going, why isn't it the song 45 seconds? Why did you not make the song 45 seconds? It's not like it's 3 minutes and you're like, oh, that's just a title. It's like, it's so close. Like, how could you not make it 40? But here's what I learned later in life. Okay. Like, it was maybe 2 decades later that I learned why I loved this record so much. This record was produced by Sammy Hagar.
Really?
And he played a lot of guitar on this record. And it sounds like it. And I'm like, that's why I love this record so much. It's basically Meatloaf singing Sammy Hagar songs. Like, it is unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable. He has a song called Running for the Red Light. And the only way that Meatloaf could just do a terrible metaphor over and over again, like, it's amazing. This was the record with I'd Lie for You, which was like the third sequel to I Would Do Anything for Love.
Yeah.
You know, it was like he kept trying to like hit that thing. But man, this song is so good. Not a Dry Eye in the House is a phenomenal song. And if it was sung by anybody other than Meatloaf, it would have been a number one hit. Like, if Tony Braxton recorded Not a Dry Eye in the House, it would have been like, but Meatloaf did it, and it was like, no.
If Boston recorded Not a Dry Eye in the House.
Well, first of all, it'd have a lot more instruments. But yes, I thought it was amazing. I still, to this day, think it was amazing. It was released, according to Spotify, it was released New Year's Day, 1995.
Wow.
And
I was negative 2.5 years old
yeah, boy.
at that time.
Well, I was only 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
Give or take.
There, Here, There, and Everywhere. Who wrote Here, There, and Everywhere? Was that McCartney, Lennon? Or was that Harrison?
Let's check. Yeah, Lennon and McCartney.
That makes sense.
Here, There, and Everywhere. I think Meatloaf. It's a fair argument for guilty pleasure. I don't think it's as guilty as Shania Twain.
Really? Okay.
To be honest,
I feel better about myself then.
Just only because, I believe you when you say you don't listen to her music because you think she's hot.
Right.
But you'd be hard-pressed to find a whole lot of other people that would believe that.
Yeah, maybe.
So
it's not like Cindy Crawford came out with an album.
Tune in next time for Adam's list of celebrity crushes.
She lost me when she did that Pepsi ad. I was like, Coke is the only one. You're
Really?
dead to me, you communist.
That's where she got a lot of people.
I know. I can't do it. I'm out. My foot smells like gasoline right now, right? Because I stepped in gas on the way here. And it reminded me, do you remember the band DC Talk?
Oh.
Remember that Jesus Freak and all that stuff? We're not going to talk about Michael Tate. That's not what this is about.
That album was almost so good.
I thought the album was pretty impressive. But anyway, that's not what this is about. Kevin Max went on a DC Talk hiatus, or after they broke up, he went on like a poetry tour where he read poems and played songs, like with an acoustic guitar player or something. I loved his voice because he sounds identical to the lead singer of the Scorpions, which is one of my favorite.
That's so true.
My favorite rock bands. And he has that guy's voice. Like he sounds just like him, and it's amazing to me, the higher register. But I took a date to see Kevin Max. He was like 45 minutes south of my house, and I think it was a date. Maybe it was a dude. It was a dude or a date that I took to see Kevin Max at this like concert at a church. But we stopped to get gas on the way, and the pump runneth over. And it didn't turn off, and I was standing there. So like from my middle of my shin down was drenched in gasoline. Now I'm in like dress pants and whatever dress shoes I had on. I don't have like extra clothes. I'm 45 minutes from the house. I'm drenched in gasoline, and I have 2 tickets to see this guy in a church. We went, and I sat there, and everybody around us was like, what in the world? Like, why? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I had to like publicly apologize to rows of people for the gasoline stench on my foot. And I'm like, I don't know what to do about this. And then, like, because I got in the car to drive there, my car smelled like gasoline for, I don't know, weeks, months. Like, how do you get rid of that smell?
I don't know that.
That's why I got to throw these shoes away.
Whoa!
I'm throwing them away.
Covered in gas.
It's so bad. Yeah. It's so bad. And so I was reminded of that. The show was good.
I'm glad.
I couldn't stand and talk to Kevin Max for very long because he was like going to pass out from the gasoline smell. But other than that, it was fantastic. All right, we got another category.
man.
One last category.
Yes.
Two more. One more.
I got a lot of them. Let's just go till we run out of steam. Let's talk about an album that you hated or disliked strongly the first time you heard it, but now you appreciate to enjoy very much. Something that required some musical maturing, some time
Asia.
to understand. Oh, Steely Dan.
Asia.
Why is that?
When I first heard it, I thought it was terrible because I didn't care, and I just didn't. It didn't click with me. I was a kid, and I was like, "This is who would listen to this? It's awful."
Yeah.
And now it's like one of my favorite albums to listen to ever.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of still in the not caring phase with that album. Every musician that I respect, it's a very well talked about album.
Oh,
People absolutely love it. And I'll be honest, like I just don't get it yet. And maybe I will someday, maybe I won't, but like I think most people would say that that's their best album or their favorite Steely Dan album. There's a lot of people that would argue that. And
I'd probably be in that camp.
I don't get it. The writing, the vibe doesn't make sense to me yet. But
Well,
here's hoping that
look, you're wrong.
someday-
So it's
someday
fine.
it does.
It's fine that you're wrong. It doesn't.
yeah.
It's not a big deal.
What changed that made you appreciate that album?
I think I just was able to appreciate the musicality behind it as I became a better musician.
Yeah.
It really didn't have to do with peer pressure because I really don't care.
Yeah.
Peer pressure is very tough on me. Like it doesn't really work very well on me. I'm not somebody. I will tend to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. But I really do. I came to really love to sing along with the record. And I think that came from me just singing more. And then like my love of Michael McDonald,
Yes.
which borders on unhealthy.
Yeah.
Whoa. You keep going back to that.
I don't know.
But I don't know. I think there's something about that record. And then my love of drummers and like listening to the drum solo on Asia, the song is so good. Chuck Rainey, when I learned who he was and who all he played for, and then all of that, I was like, this is unbelievable. Like just the overall groove and things.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your record that you hated and now love that I can ridicule?
Really should have been thinking about this, huh? It's like Adam's got his answer. It's gonna be great. For me, it's centered around a specific album, but it's really more about the artist. I was very late to the Wolfpack game. I had so many different friends when I was in music school that would just rave about this, this grassroots sort of underground band that was really starting to make it big called Wolfpack. And they would play some of their songs for me. I was, at the time, I was very serious jazz guy. Like that's all I cared about, because when you're in school studying jazz, you don't have any time to care about anything else. You don't have any mental capacity to care about anything else.
Yeah, you're busy learning how to be poor.
Yeah, learning how to be poor and you hate everybody and you hate everything. But so people tried to show me Wolfpack. I didn't get it. I didn't like it. It was a couple years later at a different school on a choir tour. We were on a bus.
Are you going to tell me that you watched the Live at Madison Square Gardens concert YouTube?
I am.
Oh, man.
Why do you say that?
It's like when everybody started liking Wolfpack. Anyway, continue.
Well,
Sorry.
I was watching YouTube on my phone.
I found it incredibly boring, by the way.
Did you? Well, we can fight about that in a minute. But
I mean, Back Pocket was life-changing. But everything else, I was like, can't you guys get dressed up or something? You don't have any lights? Like, what's happening?
I was on this bus, and we were driving through the desert in Utah or something, and
Mormons.
I lost phone service.
Because of the Mormons.
I'm stuck with all these choir kids that I don't want to be around, and I can't, click on whatever video I want. But because I have autoplay turned on, the thing that it was going to go to next in the YouTube recommended watch list, it had already downloaded for me to watch, and that was the Live at Madison Square Garden show. And so I watched it because I literally didn't have another option. Well, I had another option, but it was talking to choir kids, so obviously not.
Or looking out the window at Mitt Romney's house.
Yeah.
Thanks for nothing.
At Mitt Romney's yard, which is just thousands of acres of dirt.
And white people.
No, but so I played it, and I could physically feel myself changing my opinion about this band at a molecular level, while watching through this.
So when did you listen to Hill Climber and go, this album is freaking amazing? After that?
Probably that night in the hotel, because I went on a several week long do nothing but listen to the whole catalog of Wolfpack and all of their YouTube videos.
Because Hill Climber, to me, another album, I'm I will listen to that whole thing back to back.
It's amazing. And
we're going to have on the studio owner of the studio where they recorded that pretty soon.
Yes. But I'm at the point now where I think their whole catalog is pretty much a no skip for me. Other than, they always have somebody from outside come in and do the last track on their album. But
is it Disco Ulysses? That's the one on
Disco Ulysses
on
is
Hill Climber? That's
so
the instrumental. It's so good.
Oh.
Yeah. Whew, so good.
Yeah. Joe Dart, if you're hearing this,
he's a master.
You're just the best, man. We would
if Joe Dart himself is listening to this?
If you're listening, you're the best. We would love to have you.
Oh, so good.
We're real big fans. You're probably the person that we are collectively the biggest fan of, next to Shirley Kulicker. So, for whatever that's worth.
It's high praise. What's our next category? We've talked enough about the Madison Square Gardens.
Getting impatient. This is our last category. This is a lightning round.
Okay, lightning round.
All right.
Weird Al.
Oh.
I don't know what the question is. The answer is Weird Al.
Here we go. First question. Best opening track.
Weird Al.
Okay. Best closing track.
No. Okay.
We don't have to do the closing track. What do you think is the best opening track?
Some Nights, Fun.
You know what? That's a really good answer.
I didn't think about the answer. I just thought, what's the time when I put a record on and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And that was the record.
Yeah.
I was like, oh snap. I was like, this is amazing. I was blown away. That and Fun Related would be the first single off of Interventions and Lullabies by the band The Format.
Yeah.
Which is the same singer as Fun.
Yeah.
But that opening track is also, because it's my favorite drum track probably of all time too.
Yeah.
Is so incredible.
Yeah.
So incredible.
I'm going to have to go with Ed Sheeran, Divide, his album, the opening track, Castle on the Hill. That's kind of my off the top of the head. I listened to that and I was like, man, that is a good freaking song. And then proceeded to love pretty much the rest of that album. All right. Question number 2 of lightning.
Can I give one more?
Sure, yeah.
I know we're only on this isn't a thing, but Hang In Long Enough, Phil Collins, but seriously.
Yeah.
That opening track also was a track that I listened to and was like, oh my God. Like, so anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay. Question number 2. Best debut album.
Whoa. Debut album. That's a tough one. Like, I don't even know if I know what the debut albums were. Like I might like the album but not know that it was the debut album.
Yeah.
What was
You can say Boston number 1. It's fine. It's
Boston number 1? I mean, certainly, like, I mean, you make a great case. After looking at it, I'm like, geez, I don't think anything beats that.
I mean, my answer is Can't Buy a Thrill, Steely Dan. Like,
Steely Dan.
that-
You again, but you're not as okay. Yeah.
I don't love Asia, but Can't Buy a Thrill is probably one of my top 5 albums of all time. It's
Top 5.
so good.
Okay.
I mean, Brooklyn Owes the Charmer Under Me is just, I think, one of the greatest songs ever written.
okay. Best release, Van Halen 1.
That's pretty amazing.
That's an amazing record.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin 1's amazing.
Led Zeppelin 1. Yeah. I looked to see, but like Huey Lewis and the News, their first album wasn't like a hit. Like, it wasn't a jam. It's good, but it's not like, oh man. The last album they made, that was amazing.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I think Back to Black, Amy Winehouse, was that her debut? Probably not, right?
I'm not sure. Lore again.
I don't think it was her breakout. Certainly the only one that anybody knew, but I don't know
Okay.
if it was any good.
Next question.
Yeah.
The album that you wish you wrote.
Whoa. All of them. I wish I wrote all the albums. That's what I wish.
Oh, man.
The album that I wish I wrote. Oh man. I'm gonna say, just to change it up a bit, just to kind of throw it out there and change it up a bit, I'm gonna pick, because there's so many, because I wish I had written everything. I'm gonna pick, man, wait for it, don't tune out, I'm processing in a Rolodex. I'm gonna go with what's the name of the Garth Brooks album that had Rodeo on it? Rope in the Wind. I wish I wrote Rope in the Wind by Garth Brooks.
That's an amazing choice.
It's an incredible record.
Yeah, it is.
Rope in the Wind beat out No Fences. Like, and this is Garth Brooks was also good. In Pieces, they started getting a little, I'm not so sure. Sevens was incredible. Obviously, I'm a Garth Brooks fan.
Yeah.
But Rope in the Wind and subsequent tour.
Yeah.
That's when I decided I wish I was playing bass for Garth Brooks and not his sister.
Yeah.
And then when the sister stopped touring, he just got somebody else. What a jerk.
He didn't even call.
He didn't even call me. I was like ready. I had it down, man.
I was just sitting by the phone, had my bass all packed up.
I know. I went to his hometown in Oklahoma.
I am
and
his
saw
friend
the
in a
water
low place.
tower. I am in a low place.
I'm your friend.
Why
You have
can't
friends?
you love me? I have friends. Yeah.
If I had to pick one album that I wish I wrote, it would be Sob Rock by John Mayer.
Yeah, that's a good record.
I can't get over that album.
Man, this episode really shows our age difference.
You think?
I think so.
John Mayer's the same age as you.
No,
You literally-
not in me and John Mayer, in me and you.
No, I know, but I'm saying maybe my favorite artist is the same age as you. You literally went to school with him.
I know, but I'm saying, because for me, if I had to pick a John Mayer record,
You'd probably pick what?
Room for Squares.
Yeah.
Or Continuum.
Yeah, Continuum's the obvious choice. I just
But if I had to write the album,
yeah,
Room for Squares.
yeah.
I wish I wrote the words to Your Body is a Wonderland. Playing chess with the salt and pepper shakers, like just the imagery of it. I'm like, this is incredible. He really embodied what it was like to be on a date as a nerdy kid.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Somehow he ends up with the girl in his bed at the end, which didn't happen. But, for everybody else, that was great. Stupid John Mayer.
As John Mayer will.
Yeah.
Yes.
As he always did. I love you, John.
John, if you're listening,
we'd love to have you on.
We would love. I would love to do a line by line analysis of some of your best and worst.
Great. Now he's
choices.
never coming on. He's like, that sounds very boring. I'm not going to do that.
I think he'd love it.
They do a post-mortem on this.
Oh man. All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of the Countryman
Next week,
Sessions.
John Mayer.
Yeah, next week, John Mayer and Joe Dart.
Oh, that'd be a sick band.
Yeah.
John Mayer should tour with Joe Dart.
Yeah.
Oh, man. They could just call it the J Tours.
Yeah.
Who are some other J's that could be on it?
JJMD? That could be good.
Well, we've obviously hit a brick wall. Thank you to everyone for listening today.
Jack Black.
I'd pay good money. I would pay good money. Speaking of good money, we would love your support if you would go to the Patreon page, select a platform in which you're able to support the show and keep this good time going. We so much appreciate that. It's patreon.com/The Countryman Sessions. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and if you want to send us an email on things you want to hear us cover, or you have questions or insults to Landon and his youngness, go ahead and send us an email at thecountrymansessions@gmail.com. We'll see you next time.
Jeff Porcaro.
Dead.
Well,
Dead. You can't go on tour.
Choo, choo, choose countryman. Choo, choo, choosing for your countryman. Got a question? Just ask him. As long as you don't sass him.